Working. There is a way to find out. There we go. Check, check, check. There we go. All right, I think we're live and get a little bit of light in here. Just in case I can't find it later, we'll make sure this gets on the screen for a second. Now we're just going to keep track of how many 5-footers in a row we can make and how many subs we have on the channel. So for the first part, let's go like this. Get that key number. Okay, that's good. Go back in there. All right, so we'll set this up here. James says, hello, John. What's your max so far? Good question, James. The most that we've ever made, here, we should put it here, PR, personal record, 208 in a row. That was the other night. We did that on the stream. We made 208 5-footers in a row. So hopefully you guys can see that there. Yeah, there we go. All right, very exciting. Part of the reason why, I know we just did a stream out by the net, hitting some balls, doing some speed work. But I also have been investing in the putting. Got a new spaceship looking thing, the DF3 branding iron. We're gonna give this a go for a little bit here on the greens and see how it goes. So far, I've obviously hit a bunch of putts with it already because, you know, I couldn't wait to just open it on the stream or do something cool like that. It is super, super, super stable. I think this is going to be really, really exciting addition to the bag. And what I'm most excited about is just the forgiveness across the face. Right? You guys have heard me talk before about how I sometimes struggle hitting my putts not in the center of the face. And I think this is going to really help on speed control especially. James says, you mentioned 5 feet to me and I bottled the first one. Good effort. Hollywood, how do you like it so far? I do really like it. Like I said, it feels super, super stable. I quite like the feel and the sound off the face. That was one thing that I'm always a little bit sensitive to with putters. But it puts a beautiful roll on the ball. The alignment aid, I think, I'm a huge fan of. Just the tee, right? Make sure everything's nice and square. Happy Saturday. Hey, Daniel. Hooney Khan said hi. Hey there. Trains in Maryland. You should put the Happy Gilmore putter in your bag. I have seen those, the Odyssey Happy Gilmore putter. I think it's non-conforming, so I don't think you can use it in tournaments necessarily, but definitely would be a fun piece to have in the collection. Put here in the put it right here in our putter stand. Make sure these are out to be seen. It definitely can take a little bit of getting used to. The shape of it, looking down at it. Also, I'm a big fan of just pick up the golf ball, just like that. All right, how many have we made now? 8. All right, guys, so if we make 200 more, we'll tie our personal record from the other night. It's very frustrating to know that I'm capable of making so many consecutive short putts in a controlled environment, and yet on the golf course, I don't know, I feel like if you ask me my make percentage from 5 feet, I'd say like 38%. So on the one hand, it's encouraging to know that I'm capable of rolling the ball on my intended line time and time again. Boom. Just got back from a nice session on the range. I think I went through heat exhaustion for a bit. Yeah, you got to stay hydrated out there, guys. In the heat, it's no joke. Stray said hi. Hey, Stray. Bad Badger. Roger Goodell is a clown. I completely agree with you. Do you know K-pop? I don't know K-pop. Tell me more, though. I should spend more time on the putting green instead of the range. My chipping is pretty all right. Yeah, it's always good to kind of diagnose which areas of your game need the most work. If I was smart, what I would be doing is finding a way to practice my lag putting. That's what I've really... That's what I really have needed some more work on. I got to go back out and do that putting combine that I made. You guys might remember I used ChatGPT to make a putting combine for 18 holes to simulate like just the putts based on, you know, first putt distance you could expect to have. You know, assuming sometimes you're going to hit the green, but you might have a 60-footer. Other times, you know, you might miss the green and have a chip, and then you have like a 6-footer, right, as your first putt. Bad Badger, what putting grip do you find most consistent for straight back and through stroke? So I've been doing left hand low as of late. So putter's mostly being driven by my left hand here, and then the right hand just kind of sits on the back there, but it's mostly, I'm hitting it with my left hand and left index finger. And I mean, the straight back and straight through stroke is a little bit of a misnomer, right? It's not really possible to do that without a ton of manipulation, but I have the low arc mat here. This is 12 degrees of arc. And that to me feels about like straight back, straight through. Obviously because, you know, we're standing away from the putter. So as our shoulders tilt, there is going to be some arc to how that putter moves. Ryan, you need a friend with a good practice facility to work on those lags. Yeah. Well said, Ryan. KT, are you in Pinehurst? I am not in Pinehurst. I am in Rhode Island. I'd like to be in Pinehurst, though. Maybe not this time of year, but I've gone twice and was a huge fan both times. All right, that's 20 in a row. We can update our extremely official streak tracker. $20 in a row to start the stream today. Oh, we have a visitor. Hello, superstar. Hi. Hi. What are you doing? Did you just have your last meal? Yeah. Are you excited to be a superstar on the internet for the people? I know, it's crazy. People like you guys so much more than me. I don't blame you. Dogs are way better than people most of the time. Right? Right? I know. That's a lot of kissing. Thank you. I know. I'm probably sweaty from being outside. It's okay. I've seen enough. Joe, her last meal of the day, not ever, don't worry. She's a healthy 3-year-old dog. All right, so we've made the last 20. Is there a disadvantage when you use your glove on a putt? I try not to, but I kind of forget to take it off most times. I think it's honestly personal preference, whatever works best for you. I would say it's not traditional, but, you know, counterpoint is I think Jack Nicklaus putted with his glove on, and that guy was pretty good. Like most things in golf, there's not a lot of real absolutes, right? There's, you know, things that are maybe considered more typical than others, but Dalen, what was your best putt? Hey, Dalen. KT said hi to the pup. Beautiful dog. Who's a good dog? Yeah. I told you, people love the dogs when they come say hi on the stream. What's my best putt ever? I can think of some, like, under pressure putts. I made, like, a 10-footer for eagle on the last hole of a junior tournament that I thought was to win the tournament. Some kid actually ended up beating me by a shot, but that I didn't think was going to happen. That was, I don't know, more than 15 years ago. That was a pretty fun one that I remember. I remember I had like a 2-footer to shoot my lowest score ever, which was a 64, and rolled that one right in. That was pretty fun. Hard to say what's the best putt ever, though. I mean, in terms of length, I've made some... I remember making like a 60, 70-footer across the green in a club championship. Or I forget, that might have been a different tournament. Cities round? Something like that. But I remember I made like a 60-footer across the green in a tournament with some people watching. That was pretty fun. The real answer is most of my great shots in my memory are not putts. Rick said, hey from India. Welcome from India, Rick. Thanks for being here. Very cool that you're checking out me hitting putts here all the way from India. Hey, Paul's back. Hey, Paul. Sorry, bro. The darts is going mental here. I got to get into darts. It sounds absolutely electric. Boom. Trains of Maryland. Any hole-in-ones? Nope, I've never made a hole-in-one. I've come extremely close. Remember, probably 10 years ago now at Cog Hill, I hit a 7-iron that landed about 6 inches behind the hole. It was a front pin, sloped back towards us. And it hit behind the hole, and it hit the front lip of the cup and rimmed up, back, out, and sat just kind of like maybe 3-4 inches away on the other side of the cup from where it landed. That's probably the closest one. In a different club championship, I hit the flagstick about a foot up. That ball ended up about 40 yards off the green, made a bogey. I've had the ball end up, within a couple feet multiple times. So I've had my fair share of chances at it, at a hole-in-one. But never made one. Hey, Clicks is in here. What's up, Clicks? Clicks is one of our longtime supporters, watchers on the stream. Shout out to you. I hit a 7-iron, maybe 2-3 meter from the hole, my best shot ever, then missed the birdie putt. Yeah, that does happen, It's all about technique, hand-eye coordination, similar to golf. Yeah, I think that makes sense. A lot of similarities between darts and golf, right? We're all trying to have this projectile end up in a very specific, small, targeted area. Oh, we didn't update the extremely official tracker. I got to do it in real time or else I forget. 30 now. 32, I should say, but go in increments of 10. Boom. See how nicely these balls are rolling with this new putter, guys? I don't care what it looks like. If it gets the ball in the hole, I will be a very happy guy. Ooh, that was close, guys. That one tried to miss on the high side. As you can probably tell, this is a slight right to left breaking putt. So I've got to make sure that the line and the speed do match. Boom. All right, that's 40 in a row. Pretty good streak from 5 feet here. While I'm updating this, guys, I do want to say one more time, just thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support on the channel recently, all the new subscribers, all the likes and nice comments. You know, we're coming up on 3,000 subscribers already. We're, what, 6 months into doing this? I mean, all my wildest dreams have been blown away just in terms of how nice everyone has been, you know, how well the channel's done, all the reception, you know, all the new subscribers. You know, it really makes it very validating for me to keep doing this, to show up. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. Okay, Click says, everyone subscribe and like. Pause. First game done, 20 legs to 18. Ayo! Let's get 15 likes on the stream. Thanks, Clicks. If it gets you to the next hole from anywhere, that's the goal. Yeah, exactly, Paul. Click said congrats. Thank you, my dude. And Bad Badger says, what's your preferred drill for distance control when putting? I'm having a hard time determining what works best for distance putt consistency for me. Well, so outside of practice, right, which is just, you know, like go out and hit a bunch of 30, 40, 50 footers and learn how to two-putt them. I've done better personally with like almost playing a game, right? So play 9 holes where you, you know, where you just putt, right? And you try to, you know, have as few putts as you can, right? Every hole will be a par 2. So you could practice from like 10 to 50 feet, you know, simulating the first putt distances that you would have during a round of golf. And then keep score, right? So, you know, you try from 60 feet. If you 3-putt, then you mark a 3. Then, you know, the next, you could write down the first putt start distances for 9 or 18 holes to really practice just, you know, simulating what you're going to have to do on the green. So that's a good one. Another one that I like is get on the practice green and put a tee down, call it 15 feet out from you, right? And grab between 5 and 10 golf balls and roll the first one past the tee, right? So say you hit the first one 16 feet. Well, then your goal is to hit the next putt 17 feet or 18 feet, but you've got to get it past the next one, right? And you're just trying to consistently roll all your golf balls just past the one that you just hit, right? So trying to build that skill of, you know, how can I judge how much energy to put into the putt to get it to roll a certain distance? So that could be a way to train the skill of speed control. Paul says, it's because of you, John. We all appreciate you, bud. Oh, thanks very much, Paul. Click says, agreed. It's nice to scroll through shorts and then see channels like this. Reminds me when I first saw Josh Mayer. I don't know who that is, but tell me more, Train. Paul said thumbs up. Thanks very much, guys. Who do you think's better, Fiend Gurmy or Tiger Woods? I don't know the name Fiend Gurmy. Paul said John's the man. Thanks very much, Paul. I appreciate you guys showing some support. All right, let's get back on a good streak here. Got to make the first one. How many have we made? 40? So 41 now. Boom. Buried it. Love that. I tell you guys, you know, when posting shorts and videos can be a little, you know, a little bit more like a roller coaster, right? You never quite know, you know, is this going to get a good reception, or, you know, are people going to like this? What's the audience going to think? But I really enjoy the live streams, right? Because I get to see the same names and people, you know, come in and chat over and over again. So I know that there's, you know, people that are saying, hey, this is cool. I want to keep coming back to consume more of this. And that for me is the best kind of validation you could get, right? Like somebody saying, you know, imagine you cooked a dinner. You know, some of my favorite moments are, you know, I'll make something for dinner that's a new recipe or something, and without even saying a word, often my wife will just get up and go for seconds. You're like, man, I must have done an okay job, because, you know, somebody's coming back for more. And it's the same sort of idea. Oops, I think I gotta make this one. And then update to 50. Boom, there we go. Getting ahead of myself. So I'm just, you know, trying to get better each time I do this. Trying to keep, you know, the content interesting and engaging. And really just kind of showing what the process is like. I mean, trying to continually get better and see what kinds of scores I'm capable of. Which I'll say, you know, the first part of the season has been a bit of a struggle. I've put a ton of energy and time into practicing and working on my game, and the scores haven't shown it yet. But, you know, again, we've got lots of supporters reminding us to be patient and to, you know, trust the process, right? Oh. All right. Still getting them to go down. Josh is another golf creator I really like. Oh, cool. I keep seeing these Korean YouTube lives with similar putting mats. Oh, interesting. Stop, that isn't appropriate. I would like a short game green in my backyard at some point in my life. Almost to 15 likes. Keep it going. Thanks, Clicks. I appreciate that. What's your lowest on 9? Same as, it was the same day as my lowest on 18, but when the day I shot 64, I shot 29 on the back 9. So my lowest score on 9 was a 6 under 29. Or 5 under maybe. Woo! Most Korean YouTubers that I see are at golf simulators. Yeah, I think that is true. They have a lot of simulator golf over there. Check out Avoda Golf. My buddy Tom Bailey owns it. I have heard of Avoda. I think that's, they were making some irons for Bryson for a while, and they do the combo length and the single length clubs. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about that. If your buddy Tom is the owner, that sounds pretty cool. Oh, I didn't update the tracker, guys. You got to keep me honest. We made another 10, so we're up to 60 in a row now from 5 feet. How long have you been putting left-hand low? I have putted left-hand low on and off, kind of like my whole golfing life. But I switched back to it maybe 2 weeks ago. And I found, because I prefer the feel of a traditional grip, but I just don't strike the putts as solidly. Something about like the left hand low, leveling out my shoulders, the strike on the putter face is just so much more consistent when I putt left hand low. So it's been about 2 weeks since I've gone back to that. Hey, Pod's in here. What's up, Pod? 29 is the par at my local executive course. Okay. Yes, Bryson and I have the same coach. Oh, very cool. And went to high school together. What are your thoughts on purchasing higher priced golf clubs when you are green in golf? Good question, Savannah. So I would tell you, if you have the money, you know, you're free to spend it on whatever you want. But I don't like the idea that people feel like they have to spend a ton of money to get into playing golf. Golf already has an accessibility issue as it is. So if you're brand new to golf and you're like, hey, this is interesting to me, kind of cool, you know, you can go to eBay, go to your local thrift store, pick up a driver and a putter, you know, maybe a wedge and a couple irons, and you can be well on your way to start learning golf, you know, hitting balls at the range, and improving your skills, like really getting a sense of, okay, is this for me? Is this something I might be interested in? Nothing says you have to go out and spend $1,500 on brand new golf clubs if you want to just dip your toe in. So don't be afraid to, you know, start slow. You can always add more. You know, I've been downsizing. I've been trying to have fewer golf clubs around. 3 Hang and See Cattle Co. and went to high school together. Oh, very cool. So you must know Bryson a little bit. That's pretty neat. I would love to find a way to collaborate with Bryson somehow via YouTube eventually. I think, you know, he seems like a very kind of like subtly health conscious, you know, likes working out, eating healthy kind of guy. You know, so I think there's some overlap there with the sobriety and mental health stuff that I talk about. Obviously, I mean, it's incredible what he's done with YouTube. I mean, he has so much leverage as a golfer because of the audience that he commands just for himself, right? Pods. I'm playing with the same hand-me-downs for 3 years. Been playing, bought a new driver and a putters all. Very cool. I shot 48 on my 9-hole round. Best round of my life, 13 over. Dropped my handicap from 30 to 25.6. Wow, that's awesome improvement, my dude. All the way down, you know, 5 shots almost on your handicap. That's incredible. Keep it up, Pods. Hey, Julian's in here all the way from the Netherlands. Icarus, somebody might have to help with Icarus. Savannah says, thanks for the answer, love your content. I appreciate that comment, Savannah. That's very nice of you. Seen someone that said they have a $3,000 set of clubs and a $2 swing. Ha! That's very funny. Hey, Nick Yates is back. Hey, Nick. Thanks for checking out the stream again. We're on 60 plus Make Street from 5 feet. Just got to make them one at a time, you know? Really all you can do. Love how stable this new lab putter is feeling. Boom. Just keep rolling them in. I could see my wife down there outside from the window. Always good for a nice, easy smile. Boom. All right, I think that's 70 now. 70 in a row, guys. Drop a subscribe or a like for 70 in a row if you're new to the channel. Check that out. Look at this extremely official scoreboard here. I mean, it just doesn't get any more official than that. 70 putts in a row from 5 feet. We'll take it. Julian says, order one myself, the putting mat. Very cool. My Wilson Launchpad 2 irons will be here Thursday. I'm excited to see if it helps my game. That's awesome. Getting new clubs in the mail is one of my favorite experiences in as a golfer. You know, that anticipation, you unpackage it. Get to see how it looks, put it down. Nice little ping off the putter. Yeah, I agree. I'm on the market for a new glove. Any suggestions? I don't feel particularly wed to one particular glove. I like the Titleist Performance, the Player's Performance ones, the thin ones, but they do break down pretty quickly. Oh, that's nice. Checking up on your wife. Very nice, mate. Most precious moments watching her enjoy life. Yes, exactly. Putt King, keep on stacking. Thanks very much, Putt King. We definitely will. I appreciate that nice comment. It was not a very good stroke, but still managed to get a good roll on it with our lab putter. Not sponsored by them or anything, guys. Just a satisfied customer. Not sponsored by them yet, I should say. I think it'd be pretty cool to have a brand like Lab sponsor the channel someday. Didn't get it. There's a fly. Trying to disrupt my zen on a long make streak. If I had to pick one brand to say, like, okay, you know, what's the dream? I think it would be TaylorMade, just because, you know, I've been such a long-time user of the equipment. And I love the content that they make in the golf space. Like the behind-the-scenes range videos with Tiger and Rory. I mean, those are some of my favorite videos all time. But like you guys always hear me say, that stuff will happen when the time is right. And I'm fortunate that, well, it's nice now that YouTube shares their, you know, ad income with me. And the channel is monetized now, thanks to you guys. Huge thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for monetizing the channel, actually. You know, I'm fortunate that I can be patient. If I can make the putt with the dog licking my leg, I think that's got to be good for something, right? Hi. Oh, look at your tail wagging. Look at your tail wagging. I know, I'm probably very sweaty. I bet I taste nice and salty. Yeah, hi. Look at you. You smiling for the people? You smiling for the people? Hi. Oh, what's that? Is that your brother coming? Is your brother coming to say hi too? Look at that. Look at that. 2 dogs saying hi. Hi. Superstars. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. One more for 80 in a row. I'm going to do an unboxing of the iron. Just got the ability to live stream on my phone, so I'm going to stream my round next weekend. Very cool, Pods. Mike, I never put those back in the bag. I have a hard time even remembering that one. Our Maverick Iron's good. They can be, I'm sure they're good. Enough views a month for sure to get sponsored. It will cost them much, much more to advertise to their niche. My brand would be Wilson. That's the dream. Very cool. I don't know, Julian. I think I've heard, you know, like 10,000 subscribers is kind of the minimum you need. I would have thought that, you know, a lot of views would matter too, but I think you got, you know, we just got to keep grinding, keep adding new subscribers, people who are, you know, think this is cool stuff that we're doing and talking about, and it'll happen in good time. I'm not really feeling any particular rush to be like, man, I got to start. So, you know, and I've had brands reach out. I've had people email me and say like, hey, we want you to start selling this stuff for us, and I'm like, I don't think this is the kind of stuff that I wouldn't recommend this to my friends and family, so I'm not gonna do it just because they want to give me money on the internet to sell stuff. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. Paul says, I can't wear a glove. I use my left hand a lot, but if I use a glove, I lose a lot of feel in the fingertips. Let the dog hit a putt. Happy Gilmore 2, great movie. I agree, Nick. They're so cute. I agree. Living the dream with those pups, I know. Sorry to leave you again. Happy to see you. Until next time, John. Thanks very much, Julian. I appreciate you being here. Mail them and tell them they're lost if they don't get on your positive train. Yeah, it'll happen in due time. Thanks for being here, Julian. I appreciate all your support. Let's go for 81. Love it. See, guys, a year ago, I probably could have made like 7 of these in a row. Just goes to show you, if you really put in the work, put in a consistent effort, it doesn't even have to be a lot, right? It can be 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. But if you do it consistently, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week, right? That's how you stack the days. That's how you make good progress on things and get where you want to go. Mike says, what's the ideal feeling for a good putt stroke? You could do it with your eyes shut. I think Paul and Trains of Maryland are on the same page. We're going to have to do some with our eyes closed. So I think the ideal feeling, Mike, is just having, nice balance and just like everything kind of flows, right? Nothing's forced. It's all kind of, rhythmic, and just the ball will roll beautifully off the putter face. You just need a nice rhythm. Hold the finish, right? But balance, nothing is really, the core and the legs are all about stability in putting, right? All the movement comes from our shoulders. And we're just trying to make that base as stable as we can. So that's what I try to key in on. All right, guys, let's do it with our eyes closed. You're just going to, I'm trying to think what we could do. I don't know. I don't have like a blindfold. Shooter McGavin lives on. What happened to the red spider? The red spider's still here. Don't worry. It's just, it's taking a rest on the bench. It got a lot of work. So the red spider is taking a quick break. We've got this new lab DF3 that we're trying out. All right, guys, eyes closed here. Boom. Nailed it. Let's do it again. Can look at the camera. Boom. If you miss, I'm sorry. Does your red spider have wear marks on the face? I don't know. Maybe a little bit. You tell me. Not a ton. It's definitely got wear. I mean, it's been used a bit. But I don't think this one has much of a... Yeah, maybe a tiny bit of like just right around the center where you can see some discoloration. This is the other backup one. Old Titleist Newport Beach. 2003 Scotty Cameron. Very cool. Putt King. I had a 22 by 12 foot putting green installed in my basement. Best investment ever. Wow, that sounds very cool. To have all that real estate to hit some longer range putts on too. Boom. These are rolling right in the center of the hole, guys. The putter is one with your hands. Yeah, it does feel that way. I think, maybe it's just the honeymoon period with a new putter, but it does feel very, very stable. That is, the technology that they're selling, right? Is this lie angle balance. The face stays square to that lie angle throughout the stroke. And because of the shape, the MOI is super high. You guys, let me do it again. I did not update the scoreboard. All the way up to 90 now. Very cool. And I love practicing here. I don't have the Pels tutor set up, right? We'll use that sometimes for start line drills, but for just making these, having the well stroke mat for, just some peripheral vision feedback, right? It tells me, did I keep the putter within that arc, right? And when I do it, we know that face is going to be coming back to, square at impact, and that ball should start on our intended line. All right, guys, that's 95 in a row. '96. '97. 98. 99. All right, guys, we're going to try it. We're going to shut our eyes. This is for 100 in a row. No look. Oh, it snuck in. Let's go. 100 in a row. It's so damn hot here in NC. I hear you, Garrett. It's hot here, too, in Rhode Island, my dude. Paul, great stream tonight, bud. Great people in chat. Need a munch. Need to make it. Thanks very much, Paul. Appreciate you being here. Putt King. Shout out to Putt King and Trains. Thank you guys very much. 100 in a row. Fantastico. I agree. All right, guys. I, unfortunately, have to hit the road. What's your handicap? Usually around 0. Right now, it's like closer to 2, though. How much has this helped you? This has helped me a ton. The combo of the Pels Tutor with the Wellstroke mat. Huge, huge benefits for my start line. Starting the ball on line. It's 105 index here. Man, that sounds tough. Try to get some work done inside if you can, Garrett. But I have an event to get to. Thank you guys so much for all the support, guys. Last chance. One more chance, I should say. Not the last chance. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for being here. Drop a like. We'll see you next time.